For a long time, people believed storytelling was about entertainment, about escape, about killing time. Asterisk, but right now, storytelling is something else entirely because we are living in a moment where people don't just want content. They want connection. They want to feel understood. Asterisk, and more than anything, they want to know they're not alone. Asterisk, that question was at the heart of a powerful conversation at Sundance, where some of the most respected voices in modern storytelling sat down to talk about what it actually means to tell stories in 2026. Asterisk, and what they said might change how you see movies, comedy, music, and even your own voice. Asterisk, Davy Diggs, a Tony and Grammy award-winning actor, rapper, writer, and producer, didn't sugarcoat it. Asterisk. He said this is a time of huge opportunity, but also a time that feels heavy. Asterisk, and that word matters, heavy, because storytellers today are carrying something they didn't have to carry before. Asterisk, the emotional weight of a world that feels fractured, exhausted, angry, disconnected. Diggs talked about something we don't hear enough about anymore: empathy. He said we are living in an empathy deficit. Asterisk, and whether we realize it or not, storytellers are the ones people look to when empathy is missing. Asterisk. That's pressure. Real pressure. He admitted that sometimes, when people need him, he doesn't always show up the way he wants to. Not because he doesn't care, but because caring deeply is exhausting. Asterisk, and that honesty matters. Asterisk, because it breaks the myth that great storytellers are fearless. They're not. They're human. Asterisk, they get overwhelmed. They doubt themselves. They feel the weight of expectations. Asterisk, but Diggs said something that cuts straight to the core of why storytelling still matters. Asterisk, when you get over yourself. Asterisk, when you stop worrying about how you'll be judged. Asterisk, and you lean into the responsibility. That's when storytelling becomes essential. Not glamorous, not comfortable, essential. Asterisk, then Iliza Shlesinger took the conversation. Somewhere even more raw. Asterisk, she said something that almost everyone feels but rarely admits out loud. We're all scared of being judged. Asterisk, scared of being canceled, scared of being misunderstood, scared that one wrong sentence could define us forever. Asterisk, and that fear doesn't care about politics. It doesn't care about fame. It doesn't care about success. Asterisk, everyone carries something. Asterisk, and here's where it gets uncomfortable. Asterisk, Shlesinger talked about the silent comparison trap. Asterisk, the voice in your head that says your story doesn't matter because it isn't traumatic enough. Asterisk, because it isn't dramatic enough, because someone else suffered more. That voice tells people to stay quiet, to play it safe, to disappear. Asterisk, and she called that out for what it is, a lie, because deciding that your story doesn't matter is the fastest way to erase yourself. Asterisk, artists, she said, are the people who dare to try anyway. Asterisk, who have the courage to say, my voice matters. Asterisk, my story matters, even if it makes people uncomfortable. That kind of honesty isn't easy, but it's necessary. And then Marshall Lewy from Audible brought it all together with a simple idea that sounds almost backwards. Asterisk, the more specific a story is, the more universal it becomes. Think about that. Asterisk, we're often told to make stories broader, more general, more relatable. But Lewy argued the opposite. When you go deep into a specific experience, a specific place, a specific pain or joy, people recognize themselves inside it. Asterisk, it doesn't matter if the story is about a girl growing up in Gaza, asterisk, or a small town you've never heard of, asterisk, or a family that looks nothing like yours. Asterisk, if the truth is real, people feel it. Asterisk, and that's the power of storytelling. In this moment, Not perfection, not performance, truth. In a world where everyone is shouting, the stories that cut through are the ones that speak. Quietly but honestly, asterisk, and here's the uncomfortable part, asterisk, this conversation wasn't just about celebrities or filmmakers or comedians. Asterisk, it was about anyone who has a voice. Asterisk, including you, asterisk, because whether you realize it or not, every video you watch, every clip you share, every story you ignore, shapes the culture we live in. Asterisk, and right now. Culture doesn't need louder voices. Asterisk, it needs braver ones. So here's the real question. What stories are you choosing to listen to? Asterisk, and which ones are you afraid to tell? Asterisk, if this conversation hit you even a little bit. Asterisk, if you felt seen, challenged, or uncomfortable in a good way. Then don't just scroll past it. Engage. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Asterisk, and most importantly, tell me in the comments what kind of stories you think the world needs right now. Asterisk. Because the future of storytelling isn't decided on a stage at Sundance. Asterisk, it's decided by people like you. Asterisk, who choose to listen, feel, and stay until the very end.